have no idea what tempo we were playing in there. No idea what kind of rhythm or anything. I just thought if I press all the buttons on the floor and get the guitar to feedback, I'm just going to try and get away with something.
It was vibey.
But hey ho, everybody. Welcome to another video on our Ibanez 2021 social media takeover day.
Certainly is.
Where if you're watching this Ibanez video on the day it comes out, please dive on over to our social channels, our other social channels where Ibanez have taken over, and we'll be talking about these videos all day with special Ibanez representatives and perhaps special guests and all sorts. And if you're not watching it that day, hey, we'll just enjoy the video, and there's 10 other ones, I think. So Rabea, what have we got today from Ibanez?
We've got a nice range. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the gain sound down. Like
I would.
Like, there you go. So yeah, basically we're looking at a range of, I guess, modern contemporary RG guitars. Some of them look familiar, but with different specs from last year or the year before, I guess. But yeah, they've got all the bells and whistles, to say the least.
Well, speaking of bells and whistles, Mr. Rabea, I'm going to start by telling you about the RG631 ALF. It's quite nice that finally Ibanez have given their guitar a proper name. So this is ALF.
I'm
liking that. I'm assuming ALF is an acronym for the colour Alpine Leaf Fluff or something, but ALF is what I'm going with. And it's this awesome, what do you call
pearlescent.
Is it pearlescent?
Pearlescent,
I thought there was another word that when guitars went from one colour to the other in the light, but you might be right. Maybe that is.
I only know that because on Need for Speed Underground 2, you could have a pearlescent paint job, which looked like that.
Yeah. Okay, so a pearlescent guitar with Fishman pickups in it and the usual Fishman sort of voicing control. Ibanez proprietary hard tail here, 24 frets, and a...
Wenge.
I'm going to wait. What do we think? We think
That's Wenge by the looks of it, yeah.
Wenge. Some Wenge neck.
And Panga Panga.
Oh, a bit of Wenge.
Wenge and Panga Panga.
It's a bit of Wenge.
It's my two favourite kinds of music.
Panga Panga.
Every Friday
Wenge.
night I'm there going Wenge, Panga, Panga, Panga. The body is NATO. It's very high spec, this guitar. I'm going for a Macassar ebony fretboard.
Yeah, could be. Oh, Laurel.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
Macassar ebony.
In the bag.
Skill.
And they're just the Fishman Modern set. So
I'm going to make one observation on that guitar. And it looks as though, correct me if I'm wrong, the scratch plate is for accommodating a Floyd Rose tremolo system. Does it not look like it is?
you mean you're saying this bit shouldn't be here? So the scratch plate should just get
I
closer to the
feel
bridge?
like I'm supposed to see a trim there.
Yeah, maybe.
That's just an observation.
It'd be very unlike Ibanez just to go. I mean, I can think of
just put it on
I
there.
can think of other brands that go. We got the right scratch plate for this. No, but we got these ones.
Yeah, I'll
stick
do.
them on
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Say no names. Okay, so let's go. We have neck pickup. Both pickups together. Bridge of size. With the second voice position. So 6 different tones and, you know, infinite amounts of volume and tone options here. With gain on its fat setting.
That was fat.
And noiseless, which is great, right?
Yes.
I mean, I kind of like the simplicity of this. It's just designed to do one thing, 2 things: rock and stay in tune.
That's it.
That's basically it. Rock, play fast, and stay in tune. 3 things. And look badass. Rock, stay in tune, play fast, and look badass.
EMGs are renowned for having this. They do that compressed harmonic overtone thing when you hold the note and it sings into the feedback thing. Is it the same experience with the Fluence there, the Fishman pickups? Because I was going to say, you know, like when you drop tune, you go, oh, it's cheating, and you could play a chord with one finger. I almost had that feeling when you played and you held that beautiful sustained note and went, oh, it's cheating though, because you're using active pickups and it compresses.
Well, in my extensive experience of using active pickups and drop tune, high gain, shreddy tones, I would have to say I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
I mean,
you know what I mean though?
I just think a bit like Kempers and Neurals and all that kind of stuff, that you just got to get over it with the whole kind of active pickup thing. If you're going to pigeonhole an active pickup guitar sound and just go, well, that's only ever going to sound like that, you're just wrong. You know, it's just another pickup. It's another kind of sound. It's still going to sound how the player's going to sound. It's still going to have a massive impact of, you know, what amp you use and pedals and stuff like that. I just think you've got to try them and you've got to be open-minded and go, do I like it or I don't like it? And then regardless of whether it's active or not active, then you've tried it and you make a decision. I do know that when we've done blindfold pickup tests with Rob, Rob goes, that's the EMG, that's the CM.
Because of that quality, that's why I brought it up.
And I'm like, man, I'm just not experienced enough to kind of hear that. But as long as you've tried it and you've made a decision if you like it or not, I get this. I mean, this guitar is not trying to be, you know, like a subtle, go and play, you know, Gary Clark Jr. kind of fuzzy, funky blues riffs. Nearly said that another F word there by mistake.
Sorry.
But, you know, if you need a guitar where you're going to, you know, get up on stage and rock and, you know, you want to tune it down, put some heavier strings on it, whatever, and know that it's always going to be rock solid in tune. It's always going to give you a really clean, not clean as in not overdriven, but just like a
clear
pure,
voice,
clear tone. This is the guitar for you. And it costs, Alf, £775. That's a lot less than I thought you were going to say, Mr. Voice in the Sky.
Blue Chameleon, that's what the colour's called.
Blue Chameleon.
I'm holding a 7-string, which is out of character for me, but this is the RGD 71A LPA. So it's not Alf, it's Alpa. Alf and Alpa. So we've seen a guitar that looks similar to this in previous years from Ibanez, and one thing I do like about it is the top. So you've got this, I'm going to say Mappa burl.
Mappa burl?
It's a type of burl top, as you can see.
Poplar.
Poplar burl.
Very popular.
Yeah, they're very popular these days. And the veneer, as you can see, it's not so thick, but it just covers like the general shape, and then you've got this nice ash. I'm assuming this is ash.
Layered ash and NATO.
Yeah, layered ash and NATO body. We've got a 5-piece Panga Panga and walnut neck. I'm told it's Panga Panga.
Who finds these wood names?
I have no idea. 510 Goto locking tuners. The 510 series are great. Staggered posts, which is always nice. 24 frets. And I'm going to say Macassa Ebony fretboard. In terms of the hardware on this old guitar here, well, one thing I do really like is the individual saddles. As you can see, these are all individual pieces of the bridge.
As opposed to, well, that's what I've got here, but when wouldn't you have
you know,
that?
because this is like one whole piece. You could take that whole block of metal out. Whereas this, you can take an individual one away.
I see what you mean, individually screwed to the body as opposed to being on a plate.
Yes.
Ooh.
I think it's a similar take to the Charlotte Hans kind of vibe, where each string is allowed to resonate independently as opposed to alongside one. I don't know how much difference it makes, but I'm going to guess that's why they've done it. And also, knowing that everybody likes to play heavy, djenty metal on guitars like this, needing really fat strings, they've made the ferrule or whatever it's called,
Yeah.
extra chubby for that low string.
That's
Look at that.
because
That's
how
girthy.
frustrating would it be if you're going, right, I'm going to put my 87 gauge string through here, and then you're just like, oh, the hole's not big enough. That's so annoying.
One could even put a bass string in there.
That's what I expect it's for.
Yeah.
What's the heaviest bottom string you've ever put on a guitar?
Well, I use an 8. What do I use? A 68 on my baritone.
You don't play 7-string though, really, do you?
No. So on this baritone 6-string, I use a 68, which is really heavy.
Because I'm just trying to think, the top string on a bass guitar is like a 45,
105?
isn't it?
Oh, it's 45, yeah.
Yeah, so you're talking about using
Thicker
like a
than
B
bass
string almost on a bass guitar, aren't you?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Wicked.
So it's nice to know they've accommodated that, need there. 4-piece bolt on with a nice big recessed heel joint so you can get right up there. And we've got the coil split volume 3-way. We've got the bare knuckle aftermath set in here, and these have got they're like Battle Worn Tiger sort of covers, which look really nice against this bell top. So yeah, it's made for brutality.
Oh dear. That looks great.
It does look really good.
Give us some dirtiness.
Okay. So that's, it sounds great, and that's with the full humbucker, so you can split that down if you want really djenty tones. I mean, I would never play...
Sorry, but I mean, I know nothing about this genre of music, but are you saying that a split coil with loads of gain would be more djenty than a humbucker with loads
The
of gain?
more that... okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, viewers, but the more... Who know about Djent? The more you hear that snarly mid-range thing, the more djent it is. So when you coil split, so this is without it, when you get the, so it's nice and fat,
yeah.
But then if you split it down, it kind of does the snarly thing more, it kind of grunts at you more. I don't think that's the right, so you normally have a gate on there, it'd be compressed, but that's the kind of gist.
I can't think of a single
the
djenty
gist.
player that plays with a single coil pickup at the bridge.
No. They don't. But
Right.
if you listen to the tone, it's super like glassy. Or like if you listen to Meshuggah or Periphery, there's lots of string definition in the sound.
So are
It's
we
not
saying
just gain.
that sooner or later the djent community are going to work out that a 1951 Nocaster is still the ultimate djent guitar?
Absolutely. And you never know. There may be someone that comes to join us with Sound Like that knows a little thing or two about
Maybe.
that.
Oh!
You never know.
Oh!
We'll see.
I think Rabea might have just dropped a sounds like nugget that we've been trying to keep quiet for a while, but who knows? Anyway, wouldn't it be get good if we could get sounds like back on soon?
I would, yeah, that would be get good, absolutely.
Would be flipping get great, that's for sure.
Get great.
Anyway,
Let me just real quick drop it down. So you've heard the bridge, you've heard the brutality, and then we go middle position, and this is what we've got. Oh yeah, wait, 7 strings. So you can get all the kind of glassy modern tones.
then every year, I do think Ibanez, they set the bar and the trend that everyone else follows, don't we? It's almost like whatever Ibanez are doing cool this year, everyone will be playing catch up with next year, trying to do.
Yeah,
It's very, very cool.
For the modern fans, I think, who play 7, you're going to love this guitar.
C'est combien pour là?
$11.39 is the price of this here guitar, which surprises me because it's loaded with bare knuckles.
Which will be what, $250 minimum a pair, I would have thought.
Yeah. So you're talking a lot of pickup in this guitar as well. But
It's a quarter of the price almost of the guitar just on the pickups. Well, look, hey, I thought it sounded great. It looks very cool. If you're in the market for a 7-string and you got that kind of dough to burn, check it out.
You
What was the
definitely
model
get good
number
on
again,
this.
Rabezel?
RGD71ALPA.
So, because it's got the D in it, that's the extended scale length one. Did we mention that?
Yes.
RGD, which I think actually, in fairness, as is no, not that one. That didn't have the D in it. Which one had the D in it?
We
This
all
one.
need the D in it.
This one and this one are, if it's RGD, it's usually like a 26 and a something bit inch scale length.
True.
There is also one small thing I might have to correct myself on, but I think that maybe the model number of this guitar is so long that they've gone onto a second line.
Have they really?
So you've got like ALPA 1P-01.
Could be. Could be.
Anyway, that's that one.
Well, no, I've got 1P01 on here. I wonder if that's something to do with 1P01. Do you think it's like a prototype code or something? 1P?
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, so this guitar is the RGD. Sorry. So this guitar is the RGD 61 ALA. Now, again, Ibanez killing it with their little attention to detail here. So we've got a solid black gloss guitar with this sort of chamfered edge on it. And what I love about it as well is they've obviously left the edge natural and decided to do like this blue to green to natural fade on here.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's a sort of a simple detail, but again, hats off to Ibanez. No one else has done this before, at least not that I've seen. And I bet you by 2022, everyone's going to be doing this thing. Yeah. So it's the D in the name means it's the extended scale length slightly. So I think these are 26.5 inch. So it comes in a drop tuning already. You don't have to leave it like that, but it's probably a bit pointless having this guitar and not drop tuning it.
Yeah.
We've got these individual bridge saddles, as Rabea was saying, was on that model, which is kind of cool. And again, the Fishman modern system. So neck pickup's got some cojones. I mean, let's be honest with you. Again, nobody wants to hear any of my tired blues licks again, but I remembered, I knew one. I knew it.
That really quickly, the Ibanez logo is illuminated.
No. They think of all these little things. So not only have you got luminescent dots on the side here, I think actually, I'm not entirely sure Ibanez came up with that. Maybe Schecter came up with that. Did Keith Merrow invent that?
Yeah, I think so.
Or if he didn't,
Lumin
he certainly
lays,
was the first one I remember talking about it. So, so 5-piece neck, again, Panga Panga and walnut neck. It's my favourite flavour ice cream. And ash body. With the Fishman system on it, the Fishman Fluence system, locking tuners, which again are these
the Goto 510.
Goto 510.
Great tunes.
Ceramic in the bridge.
Go hard or go toe. Bridge, battery compartment here. Again, we've got, you can see, I always think it looks funny on the back of a guitar when you've got like a compensated set of saddles.
And they just like, someone doesn't know how to make a guitar.
That? Looks like that's been drilled by someone with their eyes shut, but it's not. It's intentional to give you a little bit more tension on the bass strings compared to the top strings.
I like that guitar.
Yeah, again, it's another, how much is this then, Voice in the Sky? $899, shut the front door.
It's called Midnight Tropical Rainforest.
I was going to say, it reminded me of some sort of black panther or like cougar or some sort of like venomous animal.
Anyway, so yes, that is the RGD 61 ALA.
What does this do?
Extra switches, apologies, I missed those.
It sounds to me like one's more gain, almost.
So we got one doing coil split and one doing the two voices on a Fishman or something?
Yeah, that's a coil split, and I think this is a voice.
My bad.
The sounds of it.
My bad. Give us a run through then, Mr. B.
All right. I'm holding what would be, I'm going to guess, the more affordable brother of this here beast.
Shout.
Because it's a 7-string, kind of visually similar, except it feels, and I would say looks more affordable.
Slightly more affordable bridge and more affordable pickups, isn't it? But
we've got Damasio pickups in here. It looks like we've got here a Jatoba fretboard. And we also have a baked maple and also slightly stained neck there.
Wow. I'm kind of a bit disappointed after all the exoticness of all the other woods. We're just back to baked maple.
And
but
Jatoba.
fair enough.
Yeah. And then on top it looks like, again, like a Mapabel or a Poplar Bell veneer and a NATO body. Once again with our chode string through for the first string there, as you can see, extra girth. Damasio PAF 7s on this old beast. And then we've got, again, the splitting and we've got the volume and a 3-way. So that's pretty much
Still a
it.
top spec guitar, isn't it?
It
really?
is. Yeah.
And sorry, I think we may have heard the price from the Eye in the Sky, but maybe you didn't hear it. Did he say 649?
649.
649. So Damasio loaded, 649, 7-string, wicked looking.
It's a beast. Yeah.
Speechless.
Fair play. Right, and this is how it sounds. I'm going to start chill. I actually think that they sound, I prefer the way this sounds to this one, personally, for that kind of spanky, djenty, it's got a little bit more glass to it. Like that kind of like, ugh. And that's not even full humbucking. Oh, sorry, that was full humbucking then. Anyway.
You nail. I mean, I'm guessing you know that amp pretty well, but it's just like, man, it's a. You make me want to get into that style of music. Just saying. I don't know about whether you guys agree, but yeah, it's just.
Yes.
It's just. I know. Yeah. Do you get it? Pete agrees with me. It's not about the. It's not the speed. The speed and all the double bass drum stuff and the shouting and that's not my thing at all. But it's the dynamics and it's the sense of percussiveness and some of the unusual rhythms that come out of it. And it excites me, that noise.
Yeah.
It's about the only serious bit of the entire day's shooting.
I think it might be. I appreciate that. But, and to be fair, guitars that are designed for that genre make it a lot easier. So the fact that these are quite high output pickups, but you can split them down and you'd use a high gain head with all that harmonic content with something in the loop and you get the... You get that deep, sort of warm ambient sound. So. They're actually quite spanky pickups, really. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. It's a good guitar.
It is a bloody... And sorry, just for confirmation, the model number of that is?
RGD 7521.
Peanut butter.
You said that without moving your lips.
I know.
And that's 649. That's
great.
Arguably, that's the probably of the whole 2 days of. That's the one that's blown me away the most.
If I was going to be doing a sound like Periphery, I may as well use a guitar like this.
I couldn't disagree.
You know.
I couldn't disagree. There we go. Well, look, thank you very much, everybody. I don't know whether this is going to be the last of the Ibanez videos on our day. It's certainly the last one that we're shooting. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've had fun hanging out on our social media channels, talking to the guys from Ibanez and asking questions. But yes, please do dive on over to the Ibanez website or the Andertons website. Check them out. And of course, come to the store when you're allowed to, when it's safe, and play some yourself. But yes, thank you so much for spending your day with us. And I've been the Captain.
I've been Rabea.
We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.